Line calling. Keep tradition or modernize it? Throughout the decades of tennis, many aspects of the game have been modernized. Game styles, rackets, strings, clothes, shoes, etc. However, a few key features of the game are not yet technologized. Electronic line calling, or Hawkeye, is what some people consider to be the next step in modernizing the tennis world. From the beginning of the competitive tennis era, there have always been ball kids, line caller referees, and the main chair umpire. As tennis progresses along with its players, instituting electronic line calling has become a popular topic among discussion. But how does electronic line calling work on surfaces like the clay? ATP, WTA, ITF, and Grand Slam technical representatives shared their research in an ESPN interview. When asked about their progression on having Hawkeye used on clay courts, they said, "The mark you see from a ball on the clay court is not the mark Hawkeye or Fox 10 sees. That has to do with the speed of the ball and how the clay moves. So players will have to understand that what they see on the court is not what the camera shows." Tennis professionals from both the WTA and the ATP tours have their own opinions about line calling's potential technicalization. In an interview with Tennis Channel, top 65 player Jessica Pegula said, "Line judges are a fun part of our sport, and obviously adding the challenges into kind of question them makes it exciting and more entertaining for the fans." The world number one of the ATP Tour, Novak Djokovic, also talked about this matter. After his round of 16 disqualification at the US Open for hitting a line judge in the throat, Djokovic started speaking up about the line judges present on court. In an interview with Sportstar, Djokovic said, "With all my respect for the tradition and the culture we have in the sport, when it comes to the people present on the court during a match, including line judges, I really don't see the reason why every single tournament in this world, in this technological advanced era, would not have to do what we did during Cincinnati and New York tournaments." Later in the article, Djokovic also says, "Of course, I understand technology is expensive, so it's an economic issue and a question mark. But I feel like we are all moving towards that, and sooner or later, there's no reason to keep the line umpires. Yes, ball kids, of course. Ball person, yes. But line umpires? I don't see why anymore, to be honest. I would also probably then have less chances to do what I did in New York." The former professional player from Australia, world-renowned coach of Simona Halep, and commentator for Tennis Channel Darren Cahill shared his thoughts on the topic as an outside viewer with ESPN. When asked his thoughts on Hawkeye being used in clay court tournaments, Cahill said, "Hawkeye has a margin of error, and so does reading a disputed mark. But the clay court system has worked well for an eternity, and I see no reason to change it," Cahill said. Plus, clay is a moving, changing surface, so I'm not even sure of the exact logistics surrounding how accurate Hawkeye is on the clay. They might say it is, but is it really? And where is the data to back that up? All sports have been modernizing themselves since the very first time they were played. Leagues such as the National Basketball Association, the National Football League, and the National Hockey League have all instituted instant replays to help officials efficiently and legally call penalties and plays. The tennis world is expanding, and the technology either follows or stays within tradition.